A very good morning to my dear class 12 computer science students. Today we'll be starting up a new topic, that is network protocols. We have read a number of times about these protocols. So let me start it. What are protocols? Protocols, actually they are the set of rules. So for everything to go smoothly, we must have certain rules, because if we are not having certain rules, the things will not go smooth in an appropriate way at a proper timing. Okay, so we need to have certain rules. Like if I tell you, beta, come in school tomorrow, then if I'm not defining the time, on what time you must come, then everyone will select his own time according to his own convenience. But if we are giving certain rules that you must reach the school by this time, then a symmetry will be there. Everyone will be coming on the same time, and we can conduct a class, right? Otherwise we'll not be able to conduct a class, because everyone will follow its own rules and regulations, right? So in order to maintain a proper coordination between all the things that are going on the internet, we have certain set of rules, and a rule can be defined as it is a formal description of message formats and the rules that two or more machines must follow to exchange those messages. Because on internet we are exchanging the messages, we are communicating with someone. So in order to maintain the things on a smooth pace, we need to have certain rules, and for different types of activities we have different types of protocols. Okay, so like example we can take, like if we want to download a file, so we need to have FTP stands for file transfer protocols. Like for handling the mail related activities, we must have SMTP, IMAP, POP. So these are the mail protocols. Fine. If we need to set up a remote connection, that we must have TELNET protocol. Okay, so we have different protocols that are taking care of different types of activities. Okay, and they have been specified their tasks, how they need to perform it. So they are very important for the smooth functioning. So let us discuss these protocols in detail one by one. So first comes the HTTP. HTTP is hypertext transfer protocol. It is very important protocol. Why important? Because it is meant for the communication between the client and the server. Okay, we have a HTTP client and we have a HTTP server that helps us to make the communication of the client possible. Okay, so actually it is an application level protocol with the lightness and speed necessary. Means it offers you speed to maintain the session between the client and the server, and it is a stateless protocol. Now what do you mean by stateless? Stateless means that the HTTP server is not going to keep track of any of the state information. Okay, so a client cannot engage the connection with the web server for long, because it has to initiate connections for many clients. So it should not store the information of a client for too long duration, otherwise it will not be able to carry out the other tasks. Okay, so it is very important. So because of this nature, its stateless nature, it is light and its speed is high. Okay, and it was discovered by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990, who was the inventor of World Wide Web. Okay, and we have many other protocols also. Like next is your next is your like when we are talking about the HTTP, which is a generic protocol which is meant for the communication. Okay, there it coordinates with other protocols also, like SMTP, NNTP, FTP, Gopher, WAIS. Now full forms I have written here. NNTP stands for Network News Transfer Protocol. It is basically meant for the news group articles, for reading out the news group articles. The protocol which is active is NNTP. SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It is meant for the email messages. WAIS stands for Wide Area Information Server. Actually it is a searching system that is searching the data from the database that is present on the remote systems. Okay, remote server we can say. Now what is gopher? Gopher is basically a communication protocol. Like we have HTTP, a communication protocol, likewise we have gopher, a communication protocol that is basically designed for distributing and searching and retrieving the documents. Okay, next comes the FTP protocol. FTP stands for the file transfer protocol. So file transfer protocol is basically helping in transferring the files from one system to another, and it is not just a protocol, it is more than a protocol. Like it acts like a command, or we can say a program that is being written when on the client side it takes you to the server. Okay, like you are writing FTP new day.horizon.com, so it is acting like a client. When you are writing it on your computer, you are acting like a client, FTP client, and you are being connected with the FTP server of this new day horizon.com. Okay, so accordingly you can communicate with that particular server. So it works as a client or as well as a server when you are using it as a command. So there are many advantages of FTP. FTP is actually useful for transferring of files from one network to another. Okay, it also helps you to share information over the internet, and it encourages the connectivity between the remote computers. Okay, so let's come to the next protocol, that is TCP/IP. We have discussed this protocol in detail in our previous lectures. Okay, so it is basically required for the transmission of the data in the form of packets from one source to another, means from one computer to another. The data will be broken down firstly in the terms of packets, and then those packets will be labeled with different numbers in a particular sequence, and then those packets will be traveling across the radio waves, and then they will be reaching out to the destination where they will be arranged again. Okay, I have explained this concept of TCP/IP in detail in the previous video. You can go through that video to see the description along with the diagram in much more detail. Okay, so TCP and IP, they always work in collaboration with each other, because TCP is responsible for breaking down of the packets data into the packets, and then IP takes these packets to the destination where it is again reassembled in the same fashion, so that we may be able to recover the data. Okay, and if any packet is lost in between, because they are traveling through a unguided medium through the radio waves, so and moreover they are not traveling in the same sequence, they are following different routes. So sometime it happens that some of the packet is not able to reach at a particular destination, so that packet has to be resent again. Okay, when all the packets have been received properly at the destination, then only the original message is regained and given to the receiver. Okay, fine. So TCP/IP applications use 4 layers. One is your application protocol, like second is your TCP. Okay, the function of TCP I have explained you, IP have explained you, and then the protocols are required to manage the specific physical medium. Okay, fine. Next comes your SLIP or PPP protocol. So this SLIP or PPP protocol is basically very important protocol, which is meant for establishing a connection so that the data could be transferred from one place to another. So SLIP is actually a connectivity protocol, and it was basically designed to connect the Unix operating system on the internet. So for that we were in need of modem. So using modem, initially it was tried to connect the Unix operating system with the internet. For that purpose the SLIP was discovered. So dial-up line is basically related to the telephone lines only, through which the data is to be traveled. Okay, so this type of protocol is providing authentication to you, and it is not having any record for address assignments, means it doesn't support dynamic address assignments. Fine. If we compare SLIP protocol with the PPP protocol, so firstly I would like to tell SLIP came first, so it is the predecessor protocol, and then later the advanced version is PPP protocol. PPP stands for point to point protocol. Okay, so they both work on the same technology almost, but PPP is the advanced version of SLIP. Okay, so SLIP is for delivering the IP packets over the dial-up lines. Okay, when we were using dial-up lines for the transmission of the signals through the physical medium. Okay, PPP is for transmitting the IP packets over the serial lines. Okay, so if we compare this PPP with SLIP, SLIP protocol, so we will find that SLIP is having limited features in comparison to PPP. PPP offers much more features. There is no error detection facility in SLIP available, but PPP also gives you indication if any error occurs while the data is being transmitted from one place to another. Okay, if we talk about the packet loss, data packet loss, so there is authenticity or authentication in SLIP protocol. It will not allow the data to get lost in between, but in PPP this is the disadvantage that data packets may get lost sometime. Okay, so and next point of difference, we can say SLIP basically is not connected with any other protocol, and but this PPP, it is connected with other protocols, like we have LCP. LCP stands for Link Control Protocol, and we have another protocol that is NCP, right? So Network Control Protocol, and this ICP, IP stands for Internet Protocol Control Protocol. Okay, so it is connected with other protocols also, and it is forming a layer of protocols. Okay, and it is based on the packet switching technique which we have read earlier, but in SLIP we were not having any packet filtering approach we were able to use in SLIP. There was no packet filtering. Okay, so LCP is basically to establish the connection first, then NCP takes the data or traffic from one place to another. Okay, and it takes the data over the PPP link. Okay, so there are different layers in this type of PPP protocol. Okay, so I hope the difference is clear. Fine. Basically, SLIP or PPP protocols, they provide the ability to transport the TCP/IP traffic over the telephone lines between the two computers. Okay, so for this we need a telephone line, a modem, which is actually very low cost things, and along with it we require the GUI based, graphical user based browser. So we know browsers, like we have Mozilla Firefox, Apple Safari. So for connecting to get connected with the internet, we must have a browser also. Okay, the SLIP protocol provides a form of direct internet connection, in the sense that the user computer has communication linked to the internet. Okay, the user computer is able to connect to the internet. The user computer has a networking software, so there must be a networking software. Okay, so that TCP can coordinate with the things, right? And then the computer must have a IP address also. So firstly the link should be there, then a software should be there, like we have just discussed the browser. Okay, and then the IP address should be provided. So who will provide the ISP will provide the IP address. What is ISP? ISP is your internet service provider. That is an organization that is providing you internet. So to get connected with the internet connection, you must have a communication link, you must have a browser, and you must be provided up an IP address to your ISP. Okay, so now let us come to protocols that are used in email. So for sending and receiving of emails, we use different types of protocols like IMAP, POP, SMTP, HTTP. So HTTP we have already discussed. HTTP is basically required to get connected, the client should get connected with the server. For that purpose we are using the HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. So this is a communication protocol which is actually required to connect the client to the server. Okay, because the client will send the request to the server and server will be answering to that particular client only. Okay, so now let us study what are the other protocols like IMAP protocol, POP protocol, SMTP protocol. So POP protocol is, IMAP protocol is basically an email protocol that is storing the email messages on a mail server. Okay, the mail server, and it allows the user to view and access, and even the user can manipulate the message on the mail server from their computer. Okay, and when you read an email message using this IMAP, you are not actually downloading or storing it on your computer. Instead you are reading it on the mail server from your computer. So if you are trying to access your email from different devices, the same message will be available to you. Okay, so I'm repeating, if you are trying to access your email from a different device, okay, then the same message will be available to you. But if you are using your POP, okay, POP is somewhat different. So POP is also an email protocol that is storing your email messages on the mail server, but it allows the user to view, access and manipulate this message after downloading or storing. Okay, in IMAP you were not forced to download it. Okay, so once you have downloaded or stored it on your computer, then you can do these changes. So once the messages are downloaded on your computer, they are deleted from the mail server, but they were not deleted in case of IMAP. Okay, this means what, that after the mail is downloaded, it can be accessed using the same computer only. And if you try to access your email from different device, okay, the message that have been previously downloaded will not be available to you. So if in POP, once it has been downloaded, you cannot use it on the other device. Okay, it will not be available to you. But in case of IMAP, you can access that email from different device also. So I hope the difference between POP and IMAP is clear to you. So next comes your SMTP protocol. SMTP protocol is your simple mail transfer protocol. Okay, so this email protocol is basically for sending the email messages across the internet. Okay, so it allows you to send different send mails to different email service providers, like you have Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Reddef Mail. Okay, so it is for sending the emails, it will not help you to receive. Okay, so next comes wireless or the mobile computing. So wireless actually means the method of transferring the information is through your wire, means it's not through any physical medium. Through radio waves or microwaves you will be transmitting the data. Means there will be no physical medium as such to take up your data. Okay, so that means we are going wireless. Okay, no wires at all. Okay, like in mobile we don't have any wire, so that is called wireless. Fine. So next comes mobile computing, which means the computing device is not continuously connected to the base or the central network. Okay, mobile computing does not necessarily require the wireless communication. In fact, it may not require the communication between all the devices. Fine. So next is your wireless or mobile computing technologies. So first is your GSM. GSM stands for Global System for Mobile Communication. So it is one of the leading digital cellular system, okay, which is required for digital cell phones, and it was established in Europe in 1980s. Fine. And for this we need a SIM. Like in our phones we are using GSM technology, and one another type of technology was CDMA. Like we have Tata Indicom phones we were having na, so they were not having any SIM. Okay, they were CDMA based, but in most of the mobile phones we are using this GSM technology, where we are using a SIM. And what is the full form of SIM? Is subscriber identification module. Okay, so this SIM cards, they are small removable discs that slip in and out of the GSM cell phones. Okay, so GSM actually used the narrowband TDMA. What is TDMA? TDMA stands for time division multiple access. Okay, it is actually a technology for delivering the digital wireless services using the time division multiple access. Okay, actually you must know about the multiplexing. So multiplexing, what is multiplexing? I'll explain you. Multiplexing, actually it is the process of combining the multiple signals into one signal over a shared medium. So when we are in need to send multiple signals, so for that we must have multiple wires. Okay, so instead of sending the data through this multiple wires, what we are doing, we are combining them together and sending them to with a single wire only. And when it has to be received by different users, because different users were sending it, but we have combined all those messages in one, okay, one wire only, so we have multiplexed it, okay, at the receiver, and it will be demultiplexed. Okay, like we have multiple computers, like we have 5 computers, and they want to send data to 5 different computers which are lying here. So in multiplexing, these 5 signals that are coming from different computers, they are combined together in one wire, and then they are transmitted, and at the receiver end they will be demultiplexed, means the data will be extracted out and sent to the same receiver where it was supposed to send. Okay, like A want to send to here B. Okay, so ultimately because if we will send use different wires for transmission of the signals, then it will be too costly. Okay, like A wants to communicate to B, fine, so and C wants to communicate to D. So what we are doing, taking A and C signal, we will not use 2 wires to send those messages. We will use single wire, and through that single wire only we'll be transmitting the message of both the computers. So that is called multiplexing. And when we are getting the original message back, so that each of the computers that are the receivers only, they could receive the signal, and that could be done through your demultiplexing only. Okay, your GSM systems, basically they use encryption, and this encryption is making the data secure. And GSM, they operates on 900 megahertz to 1800 megahertz. Okay, for Asia and Europe I'm talking about, fine. So next comes, what is your SIM card? SIM card is subscriber identity module, which is actually a chip card, okay, that you can insert it in your mobile phones. Okay, so this SIM is actually a tiny computer chip that gives the cellular device a unique phone number. Okay, see, every SIM gives a unique phone number to the owner, fine. And it has a memory where we can store certain phone numbers, that is from 16 to 64 KB, and we can store text messages and other data also in this memory. Okay, so next comes CDMA. CDMA stands for code division multiple access. So this is also another mobile communication technique through which we are sending the data. Like we have GSM, likewise we have CDMA, likewise we have TDMA, but they are beyond your scope, so I'll not be able to explain these techniques in much more detail. So I'll be just explaining it according to your syllabus requirement. Okay, actually they are very deep concepts. If I'll take them in too deep, so you will be distracted. Okay, so CDMA is code division multiple access. What it is doing, see, So in CDMA, there is a set of frequencies available for the user through which their data is to be transmitted. So frequencies are available, discrete frequencies are available, and the data that are traveling through these frequencies, that is spread along the entire bandwidth. Okay, so by using a unique spreading code, and whatever this data is being transmitted through this spectrum, okay, that is encoded, okay, and while the receiver has to receive it before it is recovered back, means it is decoded before the receiver is able to receive it. So it involves encoding and decoding, which makes the data much more secure. So that is why it was used in the military technology during the World War II. Okay, next comes your wireless in the local loop, which is meant to serve the subscribers at home or offices. Okay, so it is analogous to your local telephone services, but it is much more capable than that. Okay, so in this WLL services, the telephone provided is expected to be as good as the wired phone, and the voice quality must be high, because the subscriber carries a long conversation, so he should not feel irritated because of the quality. So one must be able to use the speaker phones and cordless phones or parallel phones. Okay, so the telephone must support fax and the modem communication and should be connected to the public call office. Okay, so what happens here, actually when we are making a call and we are using a telephone, what happens, when we initiate a call, we have been allocated a frequency. Okay, when this frequency is available, then only we are able to connect to a particular person. Like I am dialing a phone to you. Okay, so if a set of a particular frequency will be available for the connection to get established, then only I'll be able to get connected to you. Sometimes you are dialing a phone, you are getting a sound like all channels are busy, so that means that the frequency has not been allocated. Just like a token, if you will get that token, then you will be able to connect the call. If you are not getting the token, because that token has been given to someone else, so that he may be able to connect the call. Okay, so for that you need to firstly get that frequency allocated to you. Once that frequency get allocated to you, you will be able to connect the call. So once you are done, means once you have been connected, what happens, your signals, they are firstly trapped by the base station. Base stations are your towers. Okay, so these are the towers. Like if I am having the Idea phone, so Idea people, they have set certain towers, so these towers are receiving or transmitting the signal to my mobile phone or the telephone, we can say. So these towers are catching the signals. So these signals, they are first taking to that Idea switch center. Okay, there firstly they will record that particular that I am going to connect a call to a particular person. They will record it in their database. Then they will connect me to the that particular person to whom I am going to get connected. Okay, so the base station and this switching center, they are playing very important role. So base station is taking the signal, my signals through my SIM that is being generated. Firstly it will go to the switching center of the Idea, and then that Idea, like I want to get connected to my friend who is holding a signal, means a SIM of BSNL. So it will connect to BSNL switching center. Then that BSNL switching center will send the signals to the base station of the BSNL, and then BSNL base station will connect to my friend phone. Okay, this way the call is connected. So the wireless connection is then made and the call is completed in the conventional manner. If you are using mobile phone or telephone, if you are using telephone, means you will be having the physical medium. If you are using the mobile phone, then you will go wireless through your radio waves only. The signals will be transmitted. Okay, so what are the advantages of WLL? That reliability is there, we are able to use better bandwidth is available, high quality of data transmission is there, signaling services there. Okay, next comes the GPRS. GPRS stands for General Packet Radio Switching. Okay, so this is a technology for the radio transmission of the small packets. Okay, when we are, especially when we are using the mobile devices and the internet. Fine. So you can use the facility of internet to watch the news, download the games, watch movies. Okay, so how it works on the basis of the packet switching technique that we have discussed many times. It works on the packet switching technique, and it offers you high data transfer speed, that is between 56 kbps to 110 kbps. Fine. Next comes these 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G networks. So this is better explained in the tabular form on the next page, so I am taking it from there only. Fine. So when they were developed, 1G was developed in 1970 to 1984, 2G afterwards. Okay, there was 2.5G also. Okay, then came 3G, 4G and 5G. Okay, so 5G actually it is not here in India, but still it exists. Okay, so bandwidth we can compare. In 1G it was 2 kbps, in 2G or 2.5G it is 14 to 16 kbps. Okay, in 3G it is up to 2 kbps, and in 4G it is 200 mbps, and in 5G it will be more than 1 gbps. Okay, technology, they were based on the angular analog signals, and they were based on the digital signals. Okay, they were using the CDMA or IP technology. Here also we can use that IP protocol, like voice over internet protocol. Okay, then here 4G and www stands for World Wide Web, means there were changes in little bit additions in the 4G. So whatever 4G was using, addition to that www was made much more active. Okay, so next is services. It only supported voice. Okay, it supported voice plus SMS and media also, and it just improved the audio and video quality and the data quality. So it also here we have VoLTE, we have seen voice over internet protocol. Okay, through internet we are able to make calls, so data plus voice is going only through your IP, like we are using it in Geo. Okay, the better quality of voice you will get, and along with the better data transmission speed you will be having. Switching technique is circuit switching technique we are using here. Circuit switching technique is using here. Packet switching technique here. Internet protocol we are using, and the same concept is implemented here also. Okay, so now some other mobile communication technologies like EVDO. Okay, so it is CDMA based 3G technology. CDMA, I have given you example, Tata Indicom we were using, that was not having any SIM. Okay, that was CDMA based. Okay, and it was developed by the Qualcomm, and it was based on the packet switching technique, and it offers you data rate of 3.1 Mbps. Okay, next come HSPA. HSPA stands for high speed packet access. Okay, so it actually includes downlink and uplink. So what this high speed downlink packet access, and what this high speed uplink data packet access. So uplink and downlink is like when you are creating a link from satellite to your mobile phone or any other thing we can say. So that is downlink from satellite to the receiver or to on the ground. Okay, uplink is the link from the ground or from the receiver to the satellite. So in HSPA you have uplink speed and downlink speed. So you can compare when you are going wireless broadband connectivity, then this downlink speed is 84 Mbps, and when you are using uplink, so it is 22 Mbps. So in India we are having more download speed and less uploading speed. Okay, so there is a difference. Fine. Next is your IMS. IMS stands for IP multimedia subsystem. Actually it is used for delivering the multimedia services. Fine. That is designed by 3GPP. 3GPP क्या है? It is a third generation partnership project. Okay, that is basically designed for the organizations that are developing the protocols for mobile technologies. Okay, so it is a standard organization that is developing protocols for mobile technologies. Okay, how the mobile they will work, what protocols will be used for it, so that is the standard. Okay, so LTE, that is long term evolution. Okay, in 3GPP this LTE was used. Okay, and it was offering downlink speed of 100 Mbps and uplink speed of 50 Mbps. Fine. Next comes your XLTE advanced. So it is the extended version of or we can say the advanced version that is offering better flexibility and the data rate up to 1 Gbps. But these things you need to learn. I can't help you out because these are the standards that whatever features they are offering, benefits they are offering, that are to be learned by you only. Next come your WiMAX. So WiMAX is worldwide interoperability for the microwave access. So it is actually given means there are IEEE standards like we have discussed in class 10 also. So the IEEE standard for 802.16, it is basically meant for the wireless broadband standards. Okay, so whenever we have to set up wireless broadband connectivity, that is done through your microwaves only. Okay, and microwave, they also always work upon the line of sight, means a straight line the signals will be traveling, and if any obstacle comes, they are being absorbed. Fine. So next comes your mobile processors. Mobile processors are the ones that are running up the mobile phones, because as we have CPU in our laptop or PC, similarly we have processors. Okay, they are responsible for the speed, efficiency and the battery life of the smartphone. Okay, so what are the parts of this processor? One is the CPU will be there, that is responsible for the instant calculations and sending the signals throughout your device. So what is GPU? GPU stands for graphic processing unit, that is handling the visuals of your games and the graphics. Okay, camera ISP is there. ISP stands for image signal processor is there, that is helping you to capture the images. Okay, and high resolution images and image stabilization it is providing, so better quality of image you may have. And audio and videos are also handled by these processors. Okay, then radio frequency transceivers are there, 3G 4G modems are there. Modems we have discussed. Fine. So these are various examples of today's mobile processors. Fine, you may learn them. In different types of mobile phones we have different processors, so you can learn one or two examples for them. Okay, next come SMS. SMS we know, short text message. Okay, so when we are sending a SMS to one of our friends, so what happens? Firstly it will contact to the, like we were having the switching center, similarly we are having a service center for message, and this service center will be like, if I am holding a Idea mobile Idea SIM, so then it will be the short message service center from Idea only. So firstly if I am writing a message and I am sending it to one of my friends, so firstly the message will go to short message switch service center, okay, of that particular SIM. Like if I'm holding Idea SIM, so it will go to Idea's SMSC. Okay, then it will send a request to your home location register, where to whom you are going to contact. It will check where that person is right now, if he is in roaming, or if he's at his own location. So whatever status is there, after getting that status, the message will be sent to your friend. Okay, so next is chat. Chat is very important feature. We are using this chatting facility nowadays very frequently, and the moment we are sending a message, it is sent instantly to our friend and he replies instantly to us. Video conferencing, we know that very well. For video conferencing we are using for certain protocols like IRC protocol, that is Internet Relay Protocol, and some other protocols are like H.323 and SIP protocol. SIP stands for Session Initiation Protocol. Okay, this IRC is in Internet Relay Chat Protocol, that is a simple text based communication protocol where individual users, they are connected to the chat rooms, so whosoever is inside the chat room can communicate with each other. Okay, so multiplexing, I have told you the definition, so I'm reading it again. So multiplexing, it is the process of combining multiple signals into one signal over the shared medium. Okay, like 10 users, they want to send 10 signals, they want to send 10 signals to the users they are sitting on this side. So we'll not use 10 wires, we will use one wire, and through this one wire only all the signals will be taken up, but they will be distributed to all these 10 personally. Okay, next comes your video conferencing protocol, H.323. Okay, so this is a protocol which is providing you real-time audio. Real-time means within no time, the moment you are speaking, other one is able to listen it. Okay, real-time audio, video and data communication. So it is working on the packet switching technique. Fine, and it is giving the compressed and audio and videos so that it may be transmitted over the network very easily. So it can it is using means H.323. This particular protocol is being used in business and entertainment purpose also. So you can send your audio only, you can send audio plus video, you can send audio plus data, you can send audio, video and data. According to your requirement, you can send the data using this protocol. Another protocol is SIP protocol. SIP protocol is your Session Initiation Protocol. So this is actually some secure protocol. Firstly, what happens, like firstly the connection will be established, like A wants to communicate to B. Okay, so firstly A and B will be having a signal message that I am going to transmit. The if A wants to talk to B, okay, like Ram wants to talk to Sham, so firstly Ram will send a signal message that Sham, I want to talk to you, are you available? So then this Sham will send a message back that yes, I am available. If the Ram is not able to receive any message, that means what, the Sham is not ready. So firstly it will take the consent from the receiver. Sender will take consent from the receiver by sending the signal message. Okay, then the signal, if it is received in positive way, then the transmission will take place. Okay, so SIP is a session signaling protocol that is sent before the two parties get connected to transmit the signals. Okay, so it uses the VoIP, that is voice over internet protocol. Fine, and after the signaling messages, signals, media signals are also sent. Media signals are basically your voice or audio or video signals. So firstly the that messages are exchanged for establishing the connection, then media signals are exchanged. Okay, so next comes your voice over internet protocol, that is VoIP, that is being used nowadays for enabling the voice communication over the internet. So here what happens, the voice is compressed and then sent through the data packets, and then they are transmitted over the data networks, and then it reaches to the particular person to whom you are making a call, and then it is decompressed and then it is provided. So it is also based on the packet switching technology, but firstly the voice is compressed and then it is sent in the form of packets, and then when it reaches to the particular destination, it is uncompressed and sent means given to that particular receiver for whom it was. Okay, next comes your connectivity wirelessly, connecting wirelessly to internet. So how we can get connected to the internet, wirelessly? So for that we have Wi-Fi. We have been using this Wi-Fi For that we need to create a Wi-Fi hotspot. So this hotspot will transmit the signals, and the laptops or the Wi-Fi's or the mobile phones or any other devices that are capable of receiving such type of Wi-Fi signals will be able to receive those signals. Okay, like you create hotspot of your mobile phone, so that time your mobile phone is a hotspot and it is transmitting the signals, and the devices which are capable of receiving the signals will be able to receive it. We have Wi-Fi, we have WiMAX also. It is for the broader coverage of the signals. Okay, so Wi-Fi, we have the range up to 30 miles, and we have for the fixed station, if the user is stationary, so range will be up to 50 kilometers. But if the user is moving in a car or in a vehicle, so the range of the signals will be 3 to 10 miles, or we can say 5 to 15 kilometers. Fine. So when we are using this WiMAX, we have a WiMAX base station, and this base station is basically transmitting the signals to the particular subscriber to whom we have to connect. Okay, like someone is sitting in the home and he wants that Wi-Fi signals, WiMAX signals actually. So there will be no cables in so because we have to go wireless, so the data means the signals are to be transmitted with the help of this microwave links. Okay, so while sitting at home, through WiMAX, user can have a speed of 72 Mbps. Okay, and here in Wi-Fi its speed can be 11 Mbps. Security is limited here, and in WiMAX security is good. Okay, because encryption is taking place. Now comes the internetworking terms. The first is your World Wide Web. World Wide Web we have read a number of times. Actually, some people, they get confused between www and internet. They think they both are same, but it is not actually. Internet is a broader term and World Wide Web is a part of it. That is we can say World Wide Web is a service of it. So if internet is not existing, how its service can exist? So if internet is there, then only the services are available. Okay, so if let us take an example, that if internet is a highway, then www is a truck that is using that highway. Okay, so next comes your attributes of www. So www, actually initially it was meant for transmission of your textual information only, but later it included the graphics also. So we were able to transmit graphics, audio, videos, animations and much more. So it supports multimedia documents, it is user friendly, and it supports hypertext and hyperlinks. Hypertext is the text that you are clicking on, the text that is taking you to the next location. Similar is your hyperlinks. When you are accessing internet, you get something written where you take your pointer and the pointer converts into your hand shape. Okay, and when you click it on, and you are directed to some other page, so that link is known as hyperlinks. So hyperlinks are the dynamic links. Okay, and the World Wide Web is very interactive. Okay, and it's provides you frames also, like this frame. You can see the partitions in this one frame is there, this window. Okay, this is also another window. So it is providing you multiple frame option also, so that you may categorize the data on the same screen. Next comes your telnet. Telnet is very important protocol. Examples of telnet, so softwares that we are using to implement this protocol. Telnet is actually a service of internet. So examples for the softwares that are helping us to implement the telnet is AnyDesk and TeamViewer. Okay, so if you download this TeamViewer or AnyDesk software on your computer, then you will be able to get connected to the remote computers. Remote computers are the computer that are away from you. Means like if your friend is sitting in America and you want to use the computer of your friend. Okay, so you will be able to use his computer like as if you are working on your computer. So how it will be possible. For that you need to download this TeamViewer or any desk software. You must have a good internet connection, and same is the case with your friend also. If your friend has downloaded this any of one software, and he is also having an internet connection, okay, so when both of you will turn on this software, you will get an ID. Okay, so using that ID you can you can share that ID with each other, and you will be able to get access of your computer. Means if you want to get connected to your friend's computer, so you need to have his ID that is available in the TeamViewer software. Okay, so once he will share that ID, you will be able to use his computer as you are using your computer on your computer screen. Okay, so he has taken here the book person has taken an example that you can if you are doing some research work, so you can use this telnet session, telnet facility to make your search much more successful. You can get connected to the desired telnet sites. Okay, so when you are running the telnet software on your computer, so you are acting like a telnet client, and you have to specify the site to which you want to get connected. So how to run this telnet client? Firstly you need to go on start. Okay, then on run you need to type telnet. Okay, then it will this type of window will appear, and you will get an option to connect. Then click on the remote system, then this dialog box will open up. Here it will ask you the name of the site. Okay, telnet site address where you want to get connected. So port is telnet and the term type is VT100. It is by default, it will come. You just need to type this telnet site address. So once you will type this telnet site address, that particular site will get opened. So you will be having various options here, and like if you want to select the subject, for that you need to press S. So when you will press S, this particular window will open up, and it will give you further like which particular subject book you want to open. Then you will click on that particular, means you will use that particular word that he has demonstrated to connect with. Okay, like if you want these are the 3 book options. Okay, like 4 book options, which one you would like to read. So for that you need to click 1 2 3 4, means you have to type it. Like if you want to read the 3rd book, you need to type 3, so 3rd book will get opened, and in this way you will be able to read that particular book. And if you want to disconnect, for that you need to press the Alt plus F4. Okay, and you will be disconnected. Fine. So here the telnet is finished. Next is your web browser and web server. So what is web browser? Web browser is the software that is actually helping you to get connected with your server. Okay, like you are a client and you want to send request to a server, like you are using a search engine Google, where you are typing about like telnet. Okay, so you will type telnet there to know what is telnet. So that web browser, firstly you need to open that web browser only. Like examples for web browser is your Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, Opera, and many others are there. So you can use any of the web browser. You have to download that web browser on your computer, and you will be able to access Google only when you have the Internet Explorer or any other web browser. Okay, so once you have opened that web browser and you are using a particular site, that request will go to web server only. Okay, so web server will be answering to your requests. So rest of the things will be reading in our next lecture. Thank you so much.